Brown pumping off adrenaline. I'm way too in my element. I know there's people better than, but right now who is better than? A man that's working hard as shit, trying to find a pot to piss. Showing all the ups and downs, shit is filled with awkwardness. Working on my discipline, time for me, I schedule it. Show my life unedited, I'll be doing shit I never did. Music therapeutic.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Extreme Lifestyle Living Podcast. Now, today, what I want to talk about is being present. Why it's so important, and a few things that you can do to just start really making sure that you're present in your day-to-day life, and maybe some stuff to also help you reflect on, are you even being present in your life? Because I feel like a lot of us, especially you listeners that have my community, my clients, a lot of people that I know that tune into these episodes are high functioning, very ambitious, go-getting people. We're not sitting on our asses waiting for life to come to us, nor are we looking for handouts from anybody else in our lifetime. We are putting in the work, trying to show up and be our best versions of ourselves every single day. And I think, with that type of lifestyle, mindset, and mind frame, and, that type of, this level of ambitions, all of the accumulative goals and day-to-day tasks, week-to-week tasks, and the whirlwind of emotions that come with trying to be your best version of yourself and being so dedicated, whether it's going to the gym and working on your nutrition, losing body fat, or building muscle, or getting stronger, or trying to do something with performance-based like Spartan racing or high rocks, or whether it's your relationship with yourself, just generally with your mindset, with anxiety, depression, and self-actualization, creating your sense of self, or even if it's a relationship building with people around you, if you want a partner, or change the dynamic of your family and all these different things, this ambition and this level of life you're going after. And especially from your career standpoint, you're looking to get financially compensated more, you're looking for more freedom, looking for more abundance, you want to travel more, whatever it may be, you signing up for this level of life. And to be honest, many of you listening have signed up for all three versions of what I just said: your personal relationships with yourself and people around you, your gym aspects and your fitness and your health, and then also your career. All three of these bring up and kick up a lot of dust in terms of where we're trying to navigate. So we're always so focused on the future. We're always so focused on the next goal. We're always so focused on the next chapter. We're always so focused on the next workout. We're always so focused on the next big task that's going to get, quote unquote, in our way from enjoying the present moment. And I think, something I've really reflected on recently, especially if you've been listening to these episodes every single week and really been keeping up to date with where I'm at personally, my entire life changed after I got sick twice and my cousin got shot. And I just started really looking at my life from a different standpoint as I've been verbalizing. And, that's how I've got to this episode of the podcast on being present. Because, the life that I'm living right now literally was a dream come true. It was a dream that I never thought was going to come true. I went at it with 110% conviction it wasn't going to come true. And if it did, I was going to be 45, struggling with a family to balance this and, be the man I want to be. And this is me doing this for almost 2.5 years full time, doing it for about 3.5 to 4.5. And it's absolutely insane to see how far I've come. And the biggest realization amongst all of the stuff that I've been reflecting on over the past 2-3 months of 2025, let's say, is being present. The first year me being full-time into this job, I was so scared that I didn't have what it takes to to keep it up. I was scared of failure. I was scared of just bottoming out and needing to go back to a job. And, I was so focused on just not having that happen that I didn't enjoy any of the moments. Me and Emma talked about when we went to Kelowna, and how I just didn't really enjoy that trip as much as I could have, just based on the fact that I was carrying so much stress of what's next, what have I got to do now, and the next aspiration. And that whole entire life, or that whole entire year, I really just never really got out of that. And then I thought I did for the year after, which was 2024. But really what I did was I just was stuck in this high functioning anxiety slash not insecurity, but anxiety ridden state where I just was so focused on okay, what do I got to do next? 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 Whether it was my fitness goals, whether it was my mentorship and my business and trying to grow, whether it was my own emotional state, all these different things. But I was wondering why I felt like I was spinning my tires in every area, especially after I did my bodybuilding show. I was in new territories. I never expected to be able to ever get back on stage happy and healthy and like, exceed my own expectations in that regard neither. So I was still just lost in this transition abyss. I don't even want to say transition abyss, but it was like just this state of like just never really knowing why I was stuck. Like, and I just felt so stuck. And the biggest missing piece was just being present. And that's what I always talk to a lot of you guys about, especially recently, the ones that are like in my community, my clients, especially you guys, like, it's just being super, super present. Being present within the life that you've created and just being really, really excited and just like open to what you've created. And it's really, really hard to embrace that, because it's like what comes with that is like realizing and accepting the fact that you have exceeded your expectations, you have become a version of yourself that you once prayed for. And there's a little bit of truth to be said about some of the stress and emotions that you're letting kind of still drive the car and be in the front seat is you're right to a degree saying you haven't really got to where you needed to go yet. So it's like we understand that. Like I'm not exactly where I want to be, and I'm not exactly gone to my goals, and I still got a lot of work to do. But that's why I never felt like it was relevant to stay in the present moment, was because of that mindset, being like, well, I'm not here yet, so I don't deserve X. And that's where you get caught up in the whole transactional validation. That's kind of like my last episode I released, like your sense of self, of your ego and what you think you deserve. You're like, oh, well, I deserve it, so I'll just wake up one day, it'll be done. And that kind of mind frame, that's catastrophic on its own avenue. But there is validity to still feeling like a little bit bogged down, that you're not where you want to be in any of these areas, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, financially, like physically, all the realms, all the avenues. Like you have all the validity to feel these things because it's true. But this is where it comes into play, that you have to be super, super aware, just super, super aware of where you are and what you're actually doing. Because let's like I said, you can't deny the emotions and the feelings that you have in the standpoint from the standpoint of like, let's say maybe you didn't lose as much weight as you wanted to lose, maybe you didn't hit that PR and whatever exercise it was yet, maybe you're still a little bit in pain, maybe you're still trying to manage the food, or maybe you just have a lot of life adversities throwing you fucking loopholes day after day, week after week, whether it's grievances, whether it's financial stuff, whether it's just sicknesses, whatever it may be. You can't deny that the fact that they're there and they're relevant and they are hindering some of your successes, but at the end of the day, like that's always going to be a part of life. That's no different than the grass is always greener. Like, you're assuming there's less problems or less emotions or less of something and more of something else on another side of another fence, when it doesn't exist. That's why the big missing piece for you guys, and a lot of you guys, which this will resonate with, is just being present. So once you're able to look at the stuff that you're maybe not 110% proud of where you're at yet, you can still give yourself that grace to realize the growth, to realize the grind you have been on, and being proud of that. When I started this whole entire journey, I don't think I shared it too much, but me and Emma were trying to move and travel abroad. And, we set up a timeline, we started to go towards it, and it's not necessarily going towards our timeline like we wanted to be or how we expected it. And I won't speak for Emma, but like for me, there's a couple of days, I was really pissed. I was like, what's going on? Why do I, I was just mad as fuck going through the ringer and be like, oh, shit never works out, all these different things. And, when I started this whole journey of going back to make me saying the life that I'm living now was once what I prayed for, I was in a 1-bedroom apartment. Me and Emma were in a 1-bedroom apartment. Since then, we've traveled multiple times to Toronto, to Kelowna. I think there's a couple other trips we've done there. This will be 3 full years. We've lived in a townhouse with a garage, and, so things have been progressively getting better. It's like sometimes you just got to be able to check yourself and really put that perspective in mind of just like, hey, look how far we have come. You know what I mean? A lot, and again, it's not about being like, oh, well, the work's done and we can really relax. But we're always focusing on the glass is half full. Well, it's like, it's only ever going to get 100% full when you realize that it's half full, but it's on you to fill up the rest of it with being proud and present within your life. And I think there's just so many different avenues of your life that you can really just be so present for. Like today, I went and seen my grandmother, my grandfather, my mother, and I don't see them often. If you've been here for a while, it's kind of all over the place, our relationships and stuff like that. But, we all have the intentions that we're going to be the best versions of ourselves for each other within reason. And at the end of the day, it's about just being present within the life that I've had. Yeah, sure, I can still have my opinions and emotions and ego and a couple other things in there that kind of intertwine with my emotions about visiting them. But that doesn't deny the fact that I still should go visit them and still see them and meet them. And, no different than my boy Logan came up from his birthday in New Brunswick. And it's like, it's like just 1 hour to chill out, or not 1 hour, sorry, one evening to chill out, not focus on anything else. Like these are these things that the kind of the nail in the coffin in terms of how you can really tell what things are relevant for you to be present for, because these are the things that we give up the most, are the things that we really enjoy, because we think that we can't have our cake and eat it too with success. And obviously with nutrition, to a degree, you can't have your cake and can't eat it too, you know what I'm saying? So, but I think we're always going to look back and not regret missing out on these times. Do you know what I mean? We're always going to look back with regret if we do miss out on these times. But if we don't, me and Logan and Emma go to dinner, have a good evening, I go visit my family, me and Emma do something on Saturday night together. Like, these are the times, despite how much inconvenience they may make us feel like we have in terms of the pressures of our successes we're trying to chase, those are the times and moments we're going to look back and always be super proud of those times, and that's the biggest kind of like eye-opening part of you being able to tell if you really can be present in your life, or if you're not being present in your life. Sorry, if you're not focusing on these things, then you're probably not being present. You're probably kind of low-key anxious all the time. You're probably low-key stressed all the time. You probably have anxiety. You probably also battle the depression waves of just like self-sabotage. You probably feel like you're in quicksand. You're like, no matter how much I get ahead, it's just not enough. You know what I mean? Or no matter how much work you do, it's just not enough. Or no matter how much effort you put, it's just not enough. And to be honest, it's a mixture of the whole fact that you're missing the fact of being present within your life, reflecting on the growth that you have had. And you just got a bad relationship with understanding the fact that you still have issues in your life, that they're never technically going to be gone away 100%, but they're going to be managed, and you're going to have them in your life and with enough space around them that they're going to be on your own terms, within reason, But that's all I got. That's all I got. I've been super, super reflective lately, and I think this is the year of reflection, the year of reflection. Damn, got a speech impediment, but that's all I got, honestly. It's also me starting the cut. I said I was starting it 2 weeks ago, but I absolutely fucked that up, so I'm going to restart it now. And now we're going to actually take it serious. I'm actually walking in circles in my office right now because we're trying to take it so serious. I'm going to hit 10K steps today for the first time, I think, in months, which is fucking crazy. But just being present, seriously, just being present, even listening to an audiobook when I'm doing my walks, just things like this, just to be really remind myself, like, there's always going to be work to do. There's always going to be more tasks to do. There's always going to be something to do to make you feel like you're just chasing that dreams. And, that if you open up the door to, am I good enough yet? I'll be good enough after I do X, or I'll be good enough if I want to get here, or I'll have more success, more happiness when I get here. It's like, it doesn't exist. Success is right now, right here in the present moment, because once you get to those moments that you think are going to give you all this abundance, life, success, and whatever the hell you think that's at the end of this rope, you're going to have it and not even know how to enjoy it because you're not even present right now, So that's how I'm going to end the episode. Enjoy the rest of your guys' motherfucking week. Appreciate you guys all, and at the very, very least, look at yourself in the mirror and be present this week. Let's get it.
I'm pumping off adrenaline. I'm way too in my element. I know there's people better than, but right now who is better than? A man that's working hard as shit, trying to find a pot to piss. Showing all the ups and downs, shit is filled with awkwardness. Working on my discipline, time for me, I schedule it. Show my life